Alright guys, welcome back again. It is Jorell, your seasoned wingspan professional. Going back into C3s for another variant of the C3 ratting expeditions that we have been on. This one is going to be a fortification frontier stronghold. And just getting on to the next grid here. And while we're warping in, we'll share the fit really fast. A little bit of a respec since we got here. Large cap control circuit, large processing overclocking unit to get 6 missile bays in here using the Malkuth Rapid Heavy Missile Launcher with the Caldari Navy Scourge. I switched these out from the cruise missiles. While the cruise missiles deal better alpha strike damage, we're getting very much better DPS with those hams. And since the ships that we're going to be engaging are within the 47-kilometer flight range, we're still getting really good benefits from that. In the mids, the copacetic particle field generator, you're going to want 3 of those with the adaptive invulnerability field level 2. That's going to reduce that damage that we are going to be taking while we're shield tanking. Changed out the shield repper for a Pith B-type extra large shield booster that's giving us 1500 reps every 4 seconds. Plenty of reps to survive whatever we are being thrown at. 1 ballistic control system and 6 capacitor flux coils to keep the build stable. We're also going to want a flight of heavy drones, a flight of medium drones, and salvage repair drones if you want to salvage your wrecks. Alright, so getting right to it. So we have some stuff here. The Outpost Frontier Stronghold, that's what we were doing in the last video. Fortification Frontier Stronghold is what we're going to be doing in this video. I have my nifty little pull down showing me what is inside this Frontier Stronghold. We're going to be dealing with some frigates, some cruisers. There's going to be some webifying and some newts in there, as well as armor reppers. So let's get right into it. Start by turning on those adaptive and vulnerability fields, and we're just going to get ready to apply the shield booster. Remembering to always check D-scan. So, if my readout is right, the awakened defenders are what is going to trigger the next wave, and the emergent defenders in the first wave are what are going to web me up. So, those are what we are going to deal with first. Now, coming from the last video, I did discover that these frigates don't give a single damn about medium-sized drones. So that is why I brought a set of mediums with me. Now, the ships, the sleepers, do give a damn about heavy drones. So we are not going to be using the heavy drones while these little cruisers are out here. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and start some volley damage. I'm going to put that tractor unit out. Always remember to bookmark it so you can come back to it if you need it. Alright, we got some alpha strike damage. So let's see if this works just like before. Putting out those medium drones, and we'll see if they yellow box them. Remembering to scan that D-scan. Alright, so we're already webbed up really nice, and they are not switching the aggro from me to the drones. Again, rocking those integrated Vespas. Those mediums are what are going to give us that extra little bit of damage. And they just switched over to my drones, so I'm going to pull those back in. And it looks like they're getting triggered from the frigates. I'm actually going to ignore that, as I don't think the frigates are going to do enough damage to kill the drones before I kill them. But we're going to see if I'm right about that. So the Vespas are taking damage. So let's pull them in one at a time. Now, because there are newts on the field, or there are going to be newts on the field in this particular site, we're going to have to do a little bit of cap management.
A module has run out of charges.
And it should not be that hard to mitigate. If you have cap batteries in your mid slots, or if you can afford those in your mid slots, that's going to give you a little bit of added resistance against those energy neutralizers. And I actually have to leave that one alone, or else it's going to trigger the next wave, and I'm not ready for that. So those defenders are going to get up first. And it looks like they are leaving the drones alone again. And let's put out that added DPS. And once we get rid of one of these ardent emergent defenders, we'll put out the heavy drones and let them go to work. Alright, so we're going to pull back these mediums. Drop out the Praetors. Still applying the DPS from the hams. And we're just going to pull the drones back in as they get targeted to make sure that they stay inside their shield buffer. We don't want those taking damage. Got one back in. And we're going to start applying damage again. Boom. Alright, and pull them back in. Still within the shield buff. Perfect. And now the defender is ignoring the mediums. So we can throw a little bit of medium drone action as well. A little bit of mix and match never hurt. Adding to that overall damage. Now, we should be pulling about 41 million out of this site, provided everything goes well. Still not tracking anything on the D-scan. Okay, so that was wave 1 down. So the next wave is going to be Ardent Defenders again and Awakened Upholders. Those Upholders are going to trigger the next wave, but they will also have energy newts. So we're going to take one Upholder and 2 Defenders. And again, those are those cruiser size, so we're going to put those medium drones out. And they are starting to hit me with that bit of a cap, so I'm going to start regulating my cap battery. And as you can see, my cap is charging faster than a bull in front of red. Scanning D-scan, making sure everything's off there. Alright. And as you can see, the sleepers are not targeting my drones, so mediums are still the way to go here. We're going to get through one upholder and then the other defenders. And we're going to put that last upholder on the last of the queue to get through it. Alright, so now we only have one ship applying newts. So, should be able to maintain that shield up if I need it. But at the speed I'm repping, I think it's going to be alright. Alright, still doing good. Beautiful praxis. And let's take a look at the loot that we got so far. Right around 11 mil. I'm going to do a single rep there just to get the shields back. Still holding on the nuke. Focus off of the drones. The next one's about to go down. I'm just going to pull that straight into the hold. Alright, one more down. Alright, let's get the drones over to there. Recharging with the hams right now, about 30 seconds. Let's D-scan. Still nothing on D-scan. Very quiet system that we're in. And if all this goes out right, that should be about 80 million there and 50 out of these. So a nice, even, probably 170 mil if I don't do some looting on the salvage, which I am going to do later. And about down to 68%. Another single rep. Maybe a double rep. Apply those hams back up. So when we talk about cap management, this is essentially what we're talking about. Now, the adaptive and vulnerability fields are not going to reduce the cap battery that much. However, the shield repper is going to take it down a lot. So, in order to best survive this in Newt, I'm just going to cycle on and off the shield booster. That's going to keep the cap battery up where it needs to and allow us to do that single rep whenever we need that little bit of shield boost. Alright, a little over halfway through this and at the 12-minute mark. Things going pretty smooth. Alright, last ship. This is going to trigger the next wave. And at this point, we're going to pull in those mediums and just pull out the Praetors. Because one ship is not going to kill 5 Praetors. Or 4 Praetors. Alright. And now, I'll be able to reapply that shield booster. Because the sleeper is going to move its web and newt off to try to hit the drones. Still nothing on D-scan. Alright, its newt is off me and onto the drones. However, it hasn't yellow boxed the drones yet, which is fine. Alright, in the next wave, a defender, a preserver, a upholder, and an upholder. So, with these ones, we want to get the preserver first, because the preserver has an armor repper. And then, we want to get those newts off. Preserver first. And again, we're going out with the mediums, because they're ignoring those mediums. Alright, and we're going to start cap managing. Now, a whole lot more damage coming out from these because of the sleepless upholder that we have right there. Putting out a lot of volley damage, about 1,000 every 18 seconds. But with a repper of 1,500 every 4, should be fine. Alright, and they're still nicely ignoring the medium drones. The armor repper preserver is going down without much of a fight. Now, when we say we want to attack the armor repper preserver first, sleepers, while they have the armor repping ability, they can't rep their own armor. If I attack something else, much harder to kill while they are repping their own armor that way. Sorry, their comrade's armor. at that. And the preserver is going to be down in a minute. Alright, then we're going to move on to the upholder, because that is what is applying that newt. And as you can see, we just lost one of the sights in here. Last wave. Okay, there we go. Shields all the way back up. Drones are not targeting what I want them to target. There we go. Let's try this again. Okay, my children. Come back to the drone man. Alright. Let's see if we can get them to listen this time. Teenagers. So rebellious. Ah, because they're outside the range. Makes sense. Okay. So, let's get those ones off. And we'll get them onto the defender over here. Probably would be very beneficial if I read the stuff that kept popping up on my screen. Alright, still cycling with D-scan, not seeing anything there. And there's our other upholder that's applying the cap drain. I knew I missed one. Alright. So this guy will probably be next. And you guys can go through this as much as you want. However, I do like trying to take out these smaller items first because that reduces little amounts of DPS that are incoming, which takes the pressure off of the shields and the need to cycle that battery. Doing a quick recharge on the missile launchers. The medium drones still not being targeted by sleepers. Another quick couple of reps. Back up to full. Still hammering that D-scan, nothing on scan. Reapplying the hams. Defender should be going down. Awaken upholder next to get that cap drain off. Good. Alright, back together. There we go. Upholder's coming down nicely. Alright, and right at the 18-minute mark, so still moving fairly quickly throughout this one. The last site, the outpost frontier stronghold, took us right around 22-23 minutes to get through, so we're still making pretty good time on this. Applying hams. Now, the thing that's going to take the longest to do next time is trying to track down the sleeper upholder. Without a prop mod, going to be very freaking difficult, not going to lie. And this is the benefit of when cruise missiles would come in handy. Cruise missiles, I'd be able to tap him at 100k. However, with hams, 47. And I'm going to be taking this into mute for now.
A module has run out of charges.
And this is what is going to take the longest. We're going to try to close some distance on the sleeper and get him within range of the missiles. Show you a little bit of a trick here.
Warp drive active.
So we're going to warp beyond the point where the sleeper is. Then we are going to warp back at the bookmark we created, about 70 kilometers off, which should put us 10 kilometers away from the sleeper.
Warp drive active.
And now let's see if it paid off. Gotcha, bitch. And now we're just gonna hammer down. Alright, and that is it. Tractor in, get that last bit of loot, and call it a day. Alright guys, and that is where I will leave you for right now. Once again, this is Wingspan Professional Manager jorell signing off.